Welcome back to the Production Dude. Today, we are continuing Chemically Bonded once again. So, in the last part, we got Naomi and Kyoko to apparently resolve their friendship, and it was while we were hanging out. I think that was like the part right before this one, so my bad for recapping that now, but either way, it looks like we finally made good progress. From here on out, I'm not exactly sure like what's going to happen. I think just based on like what visual novels usually happen, or what happens in visual novels typically, we're gonna start leaning towards one of them as a romantic interest. I don't know who it's gonna be though. Based on my choices though, like in the last few parts, it might be Naomi, because you guys recall I did choose like a lot of the choices based around her. We might end up getting Naomi's ending first, but we'll see what happens. Streaming through the windows, the remainder of the morning sunlight coats the class with a warm glow as the seconds count down the day's lunch break. Apathy, as always, plentiful, as the abstract absurdity of today's topic is hardly absorbed into the crowd of bored students. Even Kyoko, fiddling around with her pencil, doesn't really seem to care all that much about advanced aeronautics.
Well, class, we'll catch up with this tomorrow. Feel free to have an early lunch on me.
No.
What? Really? Ugh.
Ignoring the girl's comments, the teacher continues tidying his desk as the class lets loose in a cadaicial state. I have no idea how you pronounce that word, I'll be honest. With the clattering sounds of others packing up for lunch around me, my own thoughts filled a space in my head as I ponder over the events of yesterday. Naomi, her invitation to the gym, her pretty face furnished by the evening sun, each strand of flourishing in the light. Okay, so that's what happened last night actually. Naomi made us play a game, we had to chase her. We almost got in trouble for it, and then, yeah, she was like, you get a C for effort.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Only to be stopped by Kyoko. No, oh, okay. I was expecting them to just say, nowhere. So, where do you think I'm going?
I haven't got time for your questions. We were supposed to have lunch.
Since when did we agree on that?
Since now?
But we don't normally eat lunch together.
Well, maybe we should start.
Peering to the side, Kyoko's face flushes into a rosy shade. The sides of her cheeks catching the midday sun as she bites her lip, before quickly looking back towards me as if nothing had really happened. Still, as she glances back towards me, it's clear enough that she's waiting for a response. I shouldn't tease her. Yet as big as they were, I can't go back on my plans with Naomi. Oh, okay, actually, wait, no, I see it. So, I think, both these choices literally are just saying, we're going with Naomi regardless. So, do we tell her the truth, or do we just come up with some excuse to not have lunch with her? I think we should just be blunt and say, we're going with Naomi. I mean, she's not gonna mind, right? Like, they are friends after all. And you could just tell her, like, well, Naomi wanted me to come to the gym, because I'm out of shape. I don't got these abs, yo. Alright. Standing there like that, nervously fidgeting around with her hair, almost pouting with puppy dog eyes. It really is hard to lie to her, knowing that the bonds between them have healed, both have a desire to rekindle their previous passions. Telling her I'm spending time with Naomi surely wouldn't be that bad. In the end, maybe it's what she wants. Kyoko, I'm sorry, but I've already got plans for lunch. I'm going to meet Naomi in the gym. You really don't know how hard it is to turn you down. After all, she's still cute. Getting to spend lunch with her would have been a dream not so long ago.
That's fine.
Yeah, see? It was fine. We're all friends after all, right? So, returning my words with a smile, Kyoko rests her arms by her side before continuing to pack her bag. It's as Naomi said. Kyoko really seems fine with it.
You're interested in athletics?
Well, not really. I just think I could be a little fitter, you know? Kyoko takes a moment to absorb my words, resting her finger against her lips as she ponders briefly under the now warm sunlight as midday quickly passes. Okay, I don't want to read that.
Well, you better not join the athletics team. You have responsibilities as vice captain of the club.
You got that right. Vice captain? Since when?
When you joined. There were only 2 of us, after all.
Okay, maybe that makes sense, you know?
That, and some people on the athletics team aren't all that nice.
Drawing off into sadness. Yeah. But Naomi's nice, right? Despite having lived under a misconception 2 broken hearts miles apart, the truths of Naomi's intentions are finally out there. They're friends again.
She is. I'm glad we can all be friends together. All 3 of us.
Oh yeah.
So, thank you.
What did I even do?
You know what you did.
As true as it is, their own feelings played the biggest part in bringing them back together. I can't take responsibility for that. Ending her words with a smile, Kyoko looks back towards me with a blush. It's a nice sight, one which I can appreciate.
But you have to come to the club later, okay?
You know it.
Yeah. I guess it's okay. I trust you to come. We're friends, right?
Hell yeah. With yet another smile, her complimentary blush now less pronounced, Kyoko looks towards me in anticipation of my answer. Of course, there's only one I can give her. But you validate your friendship or promise her you'll come. Validate our friendship, why not? Right. So why would I want to miss it? You're the reason I go after all.
Yeah, boy.
Keep your charisma to yourself. But I'm glad.
Damn, Jeongin really went, like, ahead of himself there. Alright, we're heading to the gym. Here we are. Emerging out of the tranquility of the outside world, the warm embrace of nature firmly behind me, I walk into the gym with a skip in my step as I scout around for Naomi. The typical smell of sweat fragrant in the air as the sounds of those still training bounce off the walls and around the hall. Yeah, that rhymed. It's a different environment to that of the bustling corridors, but it's still lively in its own unique way.
Sup, bitches?
Catching a glimpse of her auburn hair as she runs across the hall, our eyes make contact as we return a mutual pair of smiles.
Surprise!
It's not really a surprise when you've ran up to me beforehand, is it?
Who said that was my surprise? Wow, you really are an idiot.
Thanks. I'm going to take that as sarcasm.
No, it was a compliment.
Wow!
Anyway, so if slamming your palms into my eyes wasn't your surprise, what exactly do you want to show me?
This!
A moment of silence passing, I look back towards Naomi as she bats a gleeful smile. Something I can't exactly return, with my mind full of nothing but confusion. What?
Me, you idiots! You're going to watch me train!
I thought you wanted me to train.
Oh, that? I wasn't being too serious.
So you tricked me then.
What? It's not like you can't learn anything from watching me, right? Isn't observation something you do in science?
But I'm not a scientist.
But you're in the science club! Hey, are you really going to argue about watching me get all hot and bothered?
You could have phrased that differently. But I'm not going to argue, it would be nice to watch.
Do you really want to train all that much? You can race against me if you want.
I don't think that'll end well for me.
What are you? A scaredy cat or something?
You're right, Jeongin's a chicken cat. I don't know. That wasn't very nice. Lining herself up on the track, Naomi looks back with a smile, beckoning me over with the cheek I've come to expect. Fine. I'll start to count. Working my way beside her, I place my feet against the line firmly, taking one last look at her smug face before returning my eyes to the track. 3, 2...
1, go!
Ah! Oh, actually, he did say ah.
Bye, have a great time.
Alright. Oh, speed. Sprinting ahead in a flurry, the image of Naomi gets smaller and smaller as she races her way down the track, flaunting her sneakers in a brazen act of valor as they smack against the track. Barely managing to keep her in my sight, a small crowd lines the side of the track as we make our way around the gym. An audience, albeit unwelcomed, engrossed in awe of the girl that is Naomi, their idol. Me? I'm just some guy to them. You know, I think you should have been the one expelled for cheating. But to her, I'm her friend.
Looks like I'm not the only thing you can't catch. Why don't you slow down?
You'd like that, wouldn't you? I'd assume that's just how he talks as he runs. Further progressing around the ring, our audience slowly dying off as Naomi slows to a stop. Standing at the finish line, flaunting her typical smug grin, she brushes her flowing hair aside as her warm smile shifts to a look of disgust. A classic bait and switch. Whoops.
Wow, it really took you that long?
Almost bowing at her feet, my back arched over as I continue to regain my breath. All I can do is scoff towards her as her brash attitude stays firm. The girl on her podium and the oaf at her knees.
Ew!
What?
Just look at you. You're all...
Sweaty and disgusting. Oh, hot and bothering.
Yeah, there's a water fountain in the locker room. Just go use that.
If you say so, Your Majesty. Heading off in the direction of the changing rooms, the image of Naomi disappears from my sight, as the sounds of idle chatter resonate out from the odd groups scattered across the gym. It's certainly a spectacle to see the track star take on some average Joe, and I can't help but feel embarrassed for doing such a thing. Oh, but it was fun. Oh, we're in the lockers. Some more backgrounds at least. Splashing a handful of water against my face, having already drank a decent amount to cool me down. The tranquility of the locker room surrounds me as my eyes dart around the room. Seeing it so empty is certainly a new experience compared to the ruckus found before a typical gym class. Equipment lays strewn across the room, or around the room, across the benches, and in a few loose lockers as my eyes continue to dart around. The entire experience topped off with an even more pronounced waft of stereotypical gym sense. Standing stuck in my moment of thought, the sounds of the doors opening behind me break through the silence as they clash with those of my own breathing. Right now I really don't have the energy to deal with anyone like Ken, so I continue to mind my own business as I go back to take yet another sip from the water fountain.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hi.
Slapping me hard on the back, water comes flying out of my mouth as I turn to face what's apparently Naomi in a state of shock. Drenched in a splash of water as it fell against my clothes like rain. Just, what are you...
Calm down.
Stifled by her hand against my mouth, my eyes remain fixed in hers as she peers back with a sense of embarrassment.
Skip the next lesson with me.
Oh,
What is that?
What?
what? Letting go of my face, my voice resonates around the small room as Naomi's blush flares up yet again.
I said calm down.
How can I be calm when you just sprung out of nowhere?
Because...
She's a ninja. Pushing me down against one of the benches, my back went hard against the metal of the locker doors as Naomi glares down towards me. Their blush in full bloom. Or bloom, yeah. She's embarrassed?
I wanted to ask you something.
Couldn't you ask me it outside?
I said shut up!
No, you didn't. At least not yet, because you did now.
Well, shut up and let me talk.
Okay then. Naomi, now hovering above me with an embarrassed pout strewn across her face, bats her eyes away as her breath gets harsher. Signs of nervousness. I drink more.
Can't describe how happy I am. You helped me out with Kyoko. Being around her. Being around you. It's really fun. Even if you are a bit of an ass. But still, I really like you. Will you go out with me?
Whoa. Now she said it now. See, I knew that, like, Act 3 was definitely the part where, like, we start deciding who we want to actually be with. Okay, I feel like there's a choice to be made, so I'm gonna save again. I'm taking up, like, all the slots already. Alright. With a flustered look, Naomi once again keeps her eyes completely away from my direction, as her breath gets harsher in a newfound moment of silence. A heavy one at that. Part of me wants to think it's a joke, but with her blush getting even deeper, the reality quickly begins to sink in. My own heart beating heavily only gets captured in a trance as her words bounce around my mind. You want me to be your boyfriend?
Do you have to be so blunt about it?
You were the one who asked. Yet with her, anger flows out of her inner sheepishness from within. The girly side of Naomi I relish in seeing, her real self. Knowing she's developed these feelings puts my own into question. I think I've developed them too. Without her, maybe I'd still be stuck without a direction to follow. Stuck without a purpose. Having her company, it's really made me happy. Okay? Standing up from the bench, I turn to face Naomi as she locks her eyes upon me. A distinct difference to her previously avoidant behavior.
What do you mean?
I mean, yes, I'll go out with you. Oh, wait, I didn't even give me a choice there, though. Alright then. Whoa.
Thank you.
Oh my god, I love this.
What the fuck?
In a flash, it warms me to my mouth as my world is encompassed by Naomi's fragrance. The smell of sweat mixed in with her peach-scented shampoo now right under my nose as the reality of her actions hit me. A slight moist of her lips resting against mine as I look down on her eyes, now closed as she wraps her hands around me. A kiss. Breaking away briefly, Naomi peers towards me, a true look of happiness in her eyes as the lips that were just against mine curl up into a smile.
I didn't expect things to go so smoothly.
What? Did you think I'd reject you?
Well, that thought was there, but I really do love you.
Pressing her lips against mine once again, Naomi's warmth flows through my body as she holds herself against me. Breaking herself away yet again, Naomi tugs against the zipper of her jacket as she slowly unsheaths herself from her clothes.
Hey, hey!
Alright, here we go. More stuff. So, wait, isn't it too soon for... isn't it too soon for this?
What? That? No wonder you're such a pervert! The girl's changing room, you idiot!
What? Looking towards me more quizzically than embarrassed, Naomi's eyes lock onto mine for a single moment as she continues to undress right before my eyes. Seeing her like this only makes my heart beat even faster than before. My girlfriend, Naomi, right before my eyes.
Didn't you see the sign?
Of course I didn't.
You stupid.
What the hell is he doing then? However, now in my sight, it'd take a saint not to relish her beauty. Her athletic body is only accentuated by more than her prominent features.
Stop looking at my breasts.
What's with the change in attitude? You were just embarrassed minutes ago.
What's the point in being embarrassed now? You're going to see them eventually.
Whoa. Taking yet another look over her while I can, her athletic body glistens softly as the light from above hits her skin. Her spats still clinging to her lower half as she slowly digs her fingers beneath them. You are taking them off?
No, you idiot. It's called a joke. You really do get worked up, don't you? Get out of here before someone else comes in.
Alright. Yeah, if I were you, I would definitely just get out of there. Good things end too soon. Oh, I waited for Naomi to finish changing. It's weird to think we're now a couple. All of that really seemed like a dream, yet here I am. We ended up going to lessons after all, albeit a little late. Perhaps we enjoyed the walk back to class too much. We held hands. Funneling various pieces of stationery and scraps of notes into my back, I peer across the room, towards the usual spot of a small, sporting girl, to instead find her head in her hands. Kyoko, still sitting at her desk, doesn't seem to be in her usual mood. The world moving fastly around her. She sits still like a statue as I make my way towards her desk with concern. Kyoko? You okay?
I've got a headache. My neurons are burning. Like they're on fire.
That doesn't sound good. Do you want me to take you to the nurse?
No, I'll be okay. I can't miss the club after all.
Well, she could. She's the captain after all. Chief Scientist Kyoko Ishikawa and her bumbling sidekick, Jeongin. Me. Did you inhale too much carbon monoxide?
What? No.
Wouldn't that kill her though, if she did? I don't know. Right. Well, should we be off then? With a nod, Kyoko agrees silently. Maybe with that headache, talking is too much of a stretch. But seeing her happy face, I can't help but feel she's okay.
Hey.
It's clear she's nervous, but it's obvious neither of us want to give away our relationship to Kyoko yet. It was also sudden, but still, we're both happy.
Hey, you showed up.
Of course I would.
Skirting her way past Naomi and towards the doors, Kyoko takes the usual honor of sliding them open to reveal the lab inside. Naomi and now, left dwindling outside, together.
Have you told her?
Of course not. What are you doing here anyway?
What? I promised I'd come sometimes, didn't I? I've got a big event coming up I need to train for. I want to spend as much time with Kyoko. And you. Before I do.
I guess you didn't go through all that effort to not spend time with us like this. Heading inside, Naomi and I joined Kyoko in the musty, dusty science lab. As much as we use it, it really hasn't changed from the first moment I stepped near. Except this time, there's 3 of us. Wailing out from nearby, Kyoko sits upon a stool with her head upon her hand. her face coated in a pained expression as she peers towards the floor. A look of discomfort.
Are you okay?
I've got a headache. My neurons are burning. Like they're on fire.
You can't just reuse your words like that. Then again, if this headache is as bad as it looks, coming up with something new might be a bit of a painful stretch. Are you sure it's not a migraine?
I don't know.
Perhaps we should call the club off. I don't want you to do it if you're feeling like this.
But we're all here. I want to have fun.
We can all have fun next time, right? We're not going to have fun being worried about you. Well, Naomi might. She seems like the type who'd enjoy having to look after Kyoko. Maybe a bit too much.
It's better to look after your health.
You're right.
Standing up from her stool, Kyoko gives us an endearing smile as we lead the way out of the club. Our short meeting now over as we join the hustle and bustle of the few students still heading home. The looming evening sunlight dripping down from above the lights, the rosy cheeks of the two girls standing ahead of me. Naomi peering towards Kyoko with a look of concern as the brunette scientist continues to rub her forehead, almost as if that'd make her headache any better.
You'll be able to make it in tomorrow, right?
I don't know. But I'll try. You two should have fun together.
I think that's what we were planning on doing regardless. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't study too hard, you'll make it worse.
I won't. I'll see you tomorrow too.
Leaving us with a smile, Kyoko wanders off out of the school gates, her ponytail swaying gently in the breeze topping off her character as she disappears slowly down the street. With Naomi at my side, it's hard not to notice the occasional glances shot towards us as we idle around together in a small moment of silence. Once which is quickly broken by the warmth of our new relationship.
So, I guess it's just us now.
Yeah.
How about we go on?
Naomi pauses. Go on a what?
Date! Jeez.
Sure. I'd like that. Rocking across the rails, the sound of the train wheels skirting across the tracks resonates in my mind. My reflection staring back towards me as I stare at the window across. An auburn-haired girl beside me, blissfully smiling as she peers towards her phone. Despite having been in this situation before, sitting with Naomi on the brief journey into the city, this really is our first date. My first date. It's not like I've been on any others. For her to be with her, the school's idol, it still doesn't seem real. It's safe to say that the dream of being here is certainly common amongst this student body. Even as she kissed me earlier, our relationship really has progressed fast in under a day. I wonder if it was her first.
What's that weird look for?
Well, something's just been on my mind. Was that your first
First what?
kiss?
Why does it matter if it was? Do you feel special or something?
Well, yeah.
That makes me feel a little bit glad. You know?
Just a little bit?
You'll just have to find out. The train's about to stop.
Getting up from her seat beside me, Naomi stretches her hand out towards me, beckoning me to join her. The sight of her smile sparking fire in my heart as we begin our evening together. Taking another sip of my drink, the hardwood of the chair meets my back as I lean backwards. Relaxation grips me as I settle into the mellow atmosphere. A small cafe tucked away into the heart of the city.
Thanks for buying the drinks.
Of course, she's used the fact she's now my girlfriend as the excuse. Can't even count how much money I've spent here. Aren't there any other places to go here?
What? I like it here. I don't see you making any other suggestions.
How about that arcade from last time? Can we go there? We could always go window shopping.
Not actual shopping?
Well, I haven't exactly got the energy to carry on all your stuff.
Wow, what a shitty boyfriend.
That was very nice. Time to tease her.
I didn't really mean it. It was a joke.
It hasn't even been a day and you've already had enough of me?
No,
Oh, you really don't get sarcasm, do you?
just finish your coffee and let's go.
I don't think she's happy. You might have pissed her off a little bit, Jeongin. No, I'll just say that. Strolling down the busy streets of the city, our gazes meet the glazed glass of nearby stores, each of us taking interest in the oddities tucked away from reach, sealed behind a barrier of glass and expense. You know, I always wanted a guitar.
Don't take on too many hobbies. You're already a scientist now as is.
I don't think science and music mix. It's too blinding.
Hi, how are you?
Whoa. Carrie. Eh? Out of nowhere, all three of us burst into shock. 3 of us.
Excuse me? Just what do you think you're doing?
Sorry,
The girl steps back, flustered. Her braided blonde hair swiftly swaying alongside her movements as her face lights up a shade of rose. She's wearing our uniform.
I was just looking around.
Who are you?
I'm Carrie.
Yo, Gary, it's been a while. I don't know. Well, I mean, wait, this is Jeongin though. Never mind, it's different. You know, she liked the guy named Pro Peter Plays. This is Jeongin, so there you go. Alternate universes. Because, if you guys watch my Sounds of Our Love Let's Play, then you'll know.
Never heard of you.
For a foreigner to be attending our school, especially one so cute, surprised that neither of us know who she is.
I don't.
I bring Naomi to the side. Calm down. I turn to Carrie, still quivering to herself as she's confronted by 2 strangers. Carrie, what exactly were you doing?
That gramophone, I was looking at it. I've always been interested in music.
I don't need your life story, goddamn.
Just go.
See ya.
Heading off, the braided girl wanders further down the high street, blending into the crowd as Naomi and I stay behind. Well,
I think I'm ready to head home.
I guess this date was a success. Let's go. The date? Jeez. Naomi's most meaningful quote in this act. Or segment. I'm assuming this is a good ending. At least I'd like to think it is, you know. I really hope it is. Taking a moment to relax as classes wrap up for the final time this morning, images of yesterday's date flash in my mind as the reality of the past day begins to sink in.
How about we go on a date? Jeez.
There we go. I really am her boyfriend. Despite having just bloomed, the relationship already feels deep as we continue to click with one another. Naomi's outburst, whether aggressive or flustered, seems so natural to me. They were a part of my life. Such a short amount of time, and suddenly I'm in a relationship with the school's idol, the track star. It really doesn't seem real. Yet I can't stifle the smile on my face, knowing that together we found happiness in one another, that we like each other. Love. With a spring in my step, I rise from my desk and make my way towards Kyoko, still sitting at the front of the class. As usual, she fiddles away with something in her slender fingers. This time a cute pink pencil as she spins it around, playing with it like a toy as it brushes across her pale skin. Bored?
No, I'm just hungry. That's all.
Considering it is lunchtime, you getting lunch with us? The friendship between us now flourishing, getting lunch as a trio is something I think we can all enjoy. The giggles shared between the 2 girls, music to anyone's ears, and warmth to anyone's heart.
About that. I have a few things I have to do. I can't come.
Things like what?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a woman questions?
Wow.
Don't you know asking questions is an aspect of scientific advancement? Covering up her obscure nervousness with a pout, Kyoko puffs her cheeks and sticks out her lips. Their pink surface glistening as the light coats her face from above. It's cute. So you can't come? She nods. Alright.
Just have fun. I'll have food later.
Gesturing for me to go, I give her a nod of my own as her once puffed cheeks lifts her lips, the rosy color complementing that of the now warm smile across her face. Leaving her behind, her apparent nervousness stays on my mind as I head onto the corridor.
Hi, how are you?
Couldn't we have agreed to meet somewhere more discreet?
I don't remember you making any suggestions.
Do you want everyone in the school to know we're dating?
And you don't. What's there to be ashamed of?
Suddenly, the previously timid of being seen together Naomi has become positively bold.
I'd be upset if you were ashamed.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that. It's just, you are popular, you know? Things get around.
Come on. I'm not actually mad. In fact, I'm happy. We should keep our love to ourselves.
Love. That same word. Those same feelings. Taking another moment to look over Naomi. This feeling can't be anything other than that. Love.
What are you staring at?
You.
Thanks.
You don't want me looking at you?
It's just... I've never really thought of myself as beautiful.
Oh, come on. You can't just kill off your narcissistic side and bury it 6 feet under.
Shut up! Anyway, I've got stuff to do at the gym.
She paused.
I'll be busy training for that event.
What about the club later? Will you be going to that?
Probably not. You'll have to do it without me. Here.
Stretching out her arm, a small bun lies in her grip, her slim fingers gently holding it towards me. A sweet bun?
I bought it for you. I knew it's your favorite.
Thanks. Taking it from her, our fingers brush against one another, skin meeting together in a graceful act of gift-giving. As much as it is just a bun, I still can't refrain from smiling as feelings bubble up within me. A sign of our love.
I'll see you later.
Shooting me a smile, Naomi turns away, heading off in her own direction. Auburn hair flowing down her back beautifully as it caresses her figure. A sight of someone special. Heading back into class, I instinctively head towards Kyoko's desk, seeing that she's now finished with whatever it was she wanted to do during the break. She looks upset. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Something's going on. I can tell. Alright. Heading past her, I notice a rosy shade on her cheeks as I head back to my desk. It's concerning. Having had the call to club short yesterday, what with a headache, makes me feel there's something wrong. But I don't know what that is.
Can you stay behind for a second?
Calling out to me, Mr. Kabir bats me in his typical stoic gaze as the sprawl of the class shifts forward and out the doors in its usual manner. I join them, making my way towards them before taking one last stop along the way. I'll see you at the club.
Okay.
As concerning as your behavior is, I'm sure I'll find out the reason for it later at the club. Right now, my focus is on the man at the front of the class, as the rest of my cohort leave the room, one by one. What is it, sir?
Oh, don't worry. You're not in trouble. I just wanted to congratulate you.
For what? I haven't done anything out of the ordinary.
Well, your grades. They've been improving.
Yo, Jeongin. Congrats, I'm actually proud of you. But that's not even a joke either. I'm actually proud. Like, he did say his grades were pretty terrible in the beginning, but hey, he's been improving. Like, I'm proud of him. Oh? Perhaps hanging around Kyoko has made me smarter after all.
Keep it up. I'll see you around tomorrow.
Shuffling around some papers on his desk, I take that as my cue to leave. Thanks, sir. Opening the door slowly to light of the corridor leading into the dimly lit lab, I'm greeted by the sight of a girl staring out the world before her. Alright, yeah, it's Kyoko. Are you alright? Turning around slowly, Kyoko's hair sways under the ambient light from the window, each chocolate strand catching a ray as they glisten lightly. Her face now towards me is frosted with a woeful look as she peers intently at her shoes. The shade of rose on her cheeks getting deeper, as her swirly eyes remain distinctly away from me. Intentionally.
I'm fine.
You sure? You've been acting a little weird all day. Is this about about me and Naomi heading off the other day? It's supposed to be me and Naomi, Jeongin. You're not getting grammatically better. I know you wanted to have fun with us, but with that headache.
No, it's not about that. It's fine. Well, maybe.
She stops, looking upward towards me with conviction. Her chocolate eyes a lot clearer as they stare on, fighting against the growing blush against her cheeks.
I wanted to thank you.
Haven't you thanked me enough? I mean, I appreciate it, but...
No, I haven't. I really wanted to show you.
Now looking away, Kyoko's cheeks fall deeper under their blossom trance as she continues to blush. Obviously embarrassed at this point as she stands with the world behind her.
You've helped me a lot.
With Naomi?
It's not just that. You know about the labeling theory?
What's the labeling theory? We need to find out, because even I don't know. The labeling theory is a sociological term stating that people come to identify with and behave in ways that reflect how others label them. In Kyoko's case, people thought of her as reserved, shy, and smart, leading them to believe that she preferred isolation or viewed socializing as unnecessary, that she was different to everyone else. However, Kyoko is just a normal girl with feelings like everyone else, trying her hardest to live life and be happy. Okay, try to read that fast. I'm not familiar. Turning to the side, Kyoko peers down towards the floor as her eyes continue to glisten, emotions welling up inside her under the warm evening light.
People, they thought I was smart, gifted, reserved, and shy, but it's not really like that. I try my hardest. I'm just a normal girl.
Standing with a glossy look in her eyes, Kyoko turns towards me once again, now exposing the embarrassed features plastered across her face. A deep red blush, teeth pressed into her lips as she tries to suppress her more than obvious quivering.
Just like anyone else, I have feelings too. That's why I wanted to thank you. I never spoke to anyone after that race. All my friends were gone. School wasn't fun until you came along. You were that friend I needed.
Lifting her head up, Kyoko's chocolate eyes glisten as they point towards me. Her small cheeks drape further with rose as the sound of her breathing makes its way across to me.
I love you.
Oh. Okay, I don't know what's gonna happen here, but I kind of sort of have a bad feeling that Jeongin is gonna do something. I love you. Continuing to breathe heavily, Kyoko bats her eyes away sheepishly. The sight of a girl stuck in the confines of her own feelings before me as I continue to stare in awe.
I know you're with her, but
Wait. Oh, so she knew the whole time.
I had to tell you.
Feeling my own heart pump in my chest, seeing her across the room, I can't bear to think what she's going through. Her words, however wholesome, can only wring out further pain from her heart as she clutches her hands together tightly. In the scene, the picturesque would be idyllic if it wasn't for my commitment to Naomi. Her feelings and Kyoko's have me taking the same path towards a future they both desire. I can't bear to hurt her. I can't bear to hurt either of them. Like a knife stabbing my heart, the thoughts swirling around my mind continue to kick against my conscience. Okay. I feel like a choice is coming up. I love Naomi, but after all we've been through, the thought of turning Kyoko down to her face stings each and every heartstring I have. I don't know what to do. Oh my god.